Hello, my beautiful soul tribe. So, I was not planning on going live today. I don't expect a whole lot of people on, but just in the essence of time, I wanted to go ahead and get this done live. It's just easier than waiting for it to upload. I do plan on doing all the horoscope readings today. Um, if I can get out at least the next six, I will be very happy. And then tomorrow, I hope to have out the final three. So I want to do those outside. I think it'll be good for us. But what I wanted to talk about, I woke up this morning and Spirit was like, "You need to go live on." It was something I had a dream, and my mother said something to me in my dream, and it was so important that I share it with you. Okay, this is about spiritual downloads. I have a lot of questions about downloads. Am I receiving downloads? What do they feel like? What do they look like? How do I know when I'm getting a download? And what do you do with it? Right? Um, Hello, darling. Belinda. So lovely. Hi from Malaysia. Beautiful. So, my mother is such a wonderfully wise woman, way beyond her years. So one day I do hope to have her on the channel so you guys can know the woman that raised me and how I ended up this kooky lady that I am. You guys, if you think I'm nuts, she's even more nuts. So spiritual downloads. Hello, Jordan, Shannon. Hello, my darlings. Hi, hi, hi. Actually, Jordan, if you're going to be on here for a little bit, I would like to add you as a moderator. Um, and all that means is, please, if you see any super negativity or anything like that, please, you'll know what to do. You can take care of it. You'll have the power to. I actually don't know because I've never been a moderator, but I'm assuming you can figure it out. But it allows me to keep speaking and channeling. So, okay, downloads, spiritual downloads. Are you getting them? Yes. You have been receiving them since the day you were born. How do you know this? What do they feel like? How do I recognize them? Okay, now the reason I'm getting on here today is to demystify them a bit. They're beautiful, they're magical. Hello, Amy. They're magical and beautiful, but it's not out of anyone's reach, and it's not about the download itself. Your download comes from your higher self. Your download comes from spirit, right? The part of you that is completely love and spirit. What that means is that this energetic download that comes in, first of all, can only be positive. Spirit doesn't even have an ability to operate in the negative. Okay? Now, what does this mean? Like, I'll have people say, "Oh, I'm getting downloads, and I just know I had a download, and I know I'm going to get in a car accident on the way to work, so I'm not going to work." You're not going to get a download like that. Okay? The download's going to come, okay, if something like that were to happen, your spirit's going to tell you more in an inspiration, like, let's drive this way to work today, and you won't even know why, but you're going to take a different route. Does that make sense? But mostly your downloads are going to come in the form of this clean, what my mom calls youthful energy, a clean energy, right? It's not going to be like, I had a bunch of coffee and I'm getting all this stuff done, and then you kind of feel like wired and frazzled. It's going to be this clear channel of energy. A lot of artists and writers, and they talk about the muses, right? When that information just flows through them, it's like they're in a different world, they're in a different time and space. That's what it's going to feel like. Okay, so when you have those times, you know that feeling where you're just, I can do anything. You get all these ideas, and it comes to you so clearly. But then here's what happens: you go to sleep, maybe a few days pass, a week, and that feeling goes away. And you look back at it, and it's kind of like, well, that was kind of lofty. I couldn't do that. I don't know if I can get all that done. That is the lie. Okay? The truth, my darlings, was the original from your higher self. Yes, you can. Okay? And the magic of the downloads happens when if you can make yourself go back to that feeling. Okay? Go back and look at what that felt like. Feel it and know it was truth. It's the persistence of getting through the negative, the ego saying, I can't do this, saying I'm not good enough. I couldn't do that. No one wants to hear what I have to say. That's Step one of the magic, getting through that, pushing through it. That's how you stay on what my mother calls the pink cloud. Okay? Everybody has those moments. Awesome. Awesome. And me too, Shannon, right now. And it can be very hard to stay in it, right? It can be very hard to stay on that pink cloud. Hi from South Africa, darling. Kathy, beautiful. To stay on that pink cloud can be difficult. And you want to, because it's such a great feeling. It's better than any drug, this natural high. You just want to, well, ride it. My mom says, ride it, and it doesn't have to be as temporary as you think. You can ride it for so much longer than you think if you maintain this persistence. Not every day is going to be perfect, right? Not every day is going to be perfect, but sometimes those imperfect days, when you get through them, you know, sometimes I have days that are so frustrating. I have all these ideas and I want to get so much done. And by the end of it, things just keep going where you're not productive. How irritating when you're not productive. It's like you have all of these ideas, you have all these plans, and little things keep going wrong. Like I'll try to make a video. Here's an example. Yesterday, I had a death of an animal. Okay, and it really just threw me off my game. I'm not sure how long you guys, if you've been following my channel, I had a baby possum I was trying to rehabilitate. And I'm not going to get too much into this, but to update you, she did pass away. My dogs got a hold of her. I have them usually separated, but they got the fence down. She got out. It was a horrifying, traumatic experience. They came and threw her in my lap. They thought she was a toy. They were like, wake her up. Why isn't she waking up? Why isn't she playing? And I have corgis, rescued corgis, but they're bred for hunting small game. And they just don't, it took me a minute to not, you understand where my head went. So I had all of this pink cloud and then this happens. And it tore me down, tore all my productivity down. And every time I tried to get on, I had to reschedule a bunch of readings because my energy was way off. It just threw me off and it made me want to give up. For a moment, I wanted to give up. And I went to bed that night feeling so unproductive, feeling like all of those lofty dreams I had couldn't happen for me, But then I thought, I had something horrible happen today. And I found a way to look at my dogs and forgive them. That was very difficult for a moment. You understand? I had to look at them in the eyes and tell them I forgive them in my heart. I feel like that was a huge step. I went to bed with love in my heart. I was still crying. I watched Charlotte's Web and I did some silly things to make me feel better. I had a day where I was just sad. But the next day I woke up and I was like, even though yesterday was completely unproductive, I didn't get anything done, it felt like. It almost made me wake up even more invigorated. Like, let's kill this. That's what you have to do. You have to tell yourself, that was one day. I went to bed and I wake back up. Every day is a brand new day. Every day is a brand new start. You get to be whoever you want to be today. Now, the downloads, when you're receiving that clear channel of energy, right? Like I said, the best high in the world. The magic is in the follow through. The magic is what you do about them. Okay? Which means, my darlings, you got to be journaling. You have to be keeping track of these downloads because they will be you've had it happen, right? You get this inspiration, you don't act on it, you don't at least write it down so you can get back there, right? When that doubt starts hitting you, go back and open that journal entry on the day that you got that download. Get yourself back there and know that is truth. That is truth. This is truth. This doubt, your spirit guides would never, ever speak to you that way. The before thing I said, that is truth, right? Soak up that is the truth. And then here's what spirit truly wants from you. This is the true magic. Share your insights. What am I doing now? Right? That's when the magic happens. That's when the ripples touch people and the energy, oh my gosh, you guys will feel it. You will feel it. You will know your life will suddenly miraculously start changing. And I'm getting excited. This is how you get more downloads. This is when spirit's like, they are taking action on the downloads we're giving them. Let's give them more. They are raising the collective. Share them through your writing. Share them through your speaking, right? When you have these insights, Spirit's not just wanting you to grow. We are all one. Spirit's wanting all of us to grow, right? All of us. So when you have these insights, they're not only for you, my darlings, they're for the collective. That's when the magic happens. So when these beautiful ideas come in, they're going to be empowering. And they're going to also be, here's another thing. They're going to be relative to your life right now. They're going to be ideas like, maybe you've dreamt about it, but it clear, you have this sudden clear view of how it could happen, right? That's why I say write it down, because when that goes away, you can't see it that clearly anymore. Write it all down. When that spirit's talking to you, you write it all down. I'm doing this because I type. I have a journal on my computer, and I also have realized I'm better at channel typing rather than script writing. So when I'm channeling, a lot of times I'll just close my eyes and my fingers will move and I'll read it later. Sorry, that went off kind of different place, but write it all down. So this way, when you do have those doubts, which will seep in, they will seep in, because this ego, this computer, is going to be frightened, like, that's a lot. I don't know if I can do that. You can't do that. But you and Spirit can do that. And Spirit would never, ever give you this feeling of empowering, beautiful idea if it wasn't not only possible, but meant for you. Meant for you. Okay? So I know that we've all had those feelings. And the only way to keep getting them and to keep riding that beautiful cloud is to act on them. Oh, great, Shannon. I love, there's a reason that Spirit tells me to get on right whenever it's supposed to happen. What else? Later, it may seem lofty or wishful thinking. When that happens, that's your sign to go look in the mirror, go pull up your what you wrote down, but then go look in the mirror and be like, I remember truth. I remember the truth. This is not truth. I can do this. It's not going to be easy. It is going to be work. It's going to take work from you. Do you remember what I was channeling in a few months ago? Probably earlier this summer. It's funny, if you go back and watch all my channeled sessions, it's a conversation with Spirit, you guys. They tell us exactly what we need to hear, and it comes together so beautifully. And what Spirit was channeling in before, remember? Cooperation. It's not all God. There's a lot of people that say, oh, leave it to God, leave it to God. And sometimes you do have to leave it to God, right? The thing's out of your control. But when you get this empowering idea, that's in your control. Spirit did their part by putting it within you. Now, when you act on it, okay, that's when the pink cloud happens. That's when all of a sudden, you'll see miracles. This is the next sign. This is the next sign that sorry, I got a ringing in my ear. They're loving it. They're loving it. They're channeling in. So the next sign is going to be when all of a sudden the path just starts clearing for you. You take action and all of a sudden you need to do something and it just seems so incredibly difficult, or you don't understand how it's going to make. Spirit is going to jump in there, and all of a sudden people are going to be contacting you to make it happen. Or when you start taking action, right? Because like I said, it's cooperation with Spirit. You do something and here comes Spirit. You do something more and here comes Spirit. And that's how you stay on the pink cloud. I'm always saying, grab it by the horns, right? You ride that pink cloud. Spirit wants you to. You have to feel it within you and allow Spirit. This is the great love of your life. This is the great love of your life, is this relationship with Spirit and what you can do with it. If you want to truly feel Spirit move within you, start acting on the things coming into your mind, the things are from somewhere else, the things that you think that you can't accomplish, but you just somehow know. You see that you could do this. If you want something, if you really want something so much, that is from Spirit. Start chasing it so that you can receive the downloads. Do you understand? Okay, yeah. The next thing was going to be get more downloads. Start receiving more downloads by taking action, by staying persistent when those doubts hit you. That's whenever Spirit wants to know, are you ready for this? Can you do this? Are you ready for it? Do you want this enough? Do you want it? Okay. So it's going to feel a download. I want to demystify this because people are thinking like it's only for certain people or only spiritual people. No, we all get downloads. The magic is not in the download. Our higher self knows when we need it, and it's always when the planets are sort of aligning. So I'm assuming right now, in this November time period, for me generally, because I'm teaching you, Spirit will make it happen to me a few days before, right? And y'all remember, I started getting on here, what, a couple days ago, like, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling it. It'll happen to me because it's gonna. You're in my soul tribe. We are vibrating on the same frequency, and yet this message is meant for you. So you are going to be getting downloads this month. Okay, I love it. Now, in every religion before Christianity, or most religions, especially pagan religions, before Christianity, the New Year was on November 1st. And if you think about the cycles of it, that feels more like the New Year, right? That's when, if we look at the cycles, November through around February, right? This is a time when we're receiving information. This is a time when we're putting plans into action so that when spring hits, it's already flowing, right? It's already flowing. Now is the time to be writing it all down, to be putting plans. This is the when you do the back work that's really hard. It can sometimes be difficult for me. I get down sometimes. It can be difficult for me to get on here and make all these free videos. You know, I'm working for free. Plus I'm doing all this stuff on the back end. I'm having to do all of this extra work right now. A ton of work. I'm working way more than 40 hours a week right now. 7 days a week I wake up at 4 o'clock every morning and I start writing. That's what Spirit told me to do. That's another thing. You're going to hear Spirit clearest between the hours of 3 and 6 in the morning. Okay? My mama always said, when you see that dew on the ground, that's just sweet spot. Okay? Because we are energetic beings. My mom says that's after people have left the bar, they went home and they're passed out. So you ain't got any of their energy, right? And then you also have this just you can hear this clear channel without any other energy effect. It's just clearer. So get up earlier, my darlings. I know it sucks. Wake up a little earlier though and have your meditation in the morning. Okay? I do 22 minutes of meditation and I do my channeling and I write it all down. Okay? And I haven't always been this disciplined, but I'm just starting going because that's what Spirit's telling me to do. To keep the momentum going. If we want to create, if you're in my soul tribe, if we want to create a better world, it starts here. Be the change that you want to see. It starts right here within you. Okay? Awesome, Shannon. That's lovely because you're hearing it too. You're feeling the need, right? They're telling you. Okay. Okay. And I did mention it's never going to be negative. Your downloads are going to be positive. They're going to be epiphanies. They're going to be this clear knowing of knowledge. The hardest thing is, though, the only thing that's going to really hold you back, and we've all been here, I've done it myself, is when you have these beautiful downloads and you don't use them. Not only is it a waste, right? That means that you didn't get a download. Okay, so you received the download, but if you don't take action on it, nothing has changed. Okay, that's the true download. That's when this changes and everything around you starts to change. Miracles start to happen. Okay, and then I just lost my train of thought. Sorry. It's like a fart in the wind, right? That's what it's like too. If you don't do anything about it, it may as well be a fart in the wind. It's gone. It's gone. It's over. You missed out, right? It's going to come back around. It always does. Spirit falls in love with a stubborn heart. Okay? Falls in love. The universe falls in love with a stubborn heart. Keep pushing yourself. Stay persistent, even when the stinky thoughts, right? That stink mind starts getting to you. When that starts happening, you catch it just like that. And you say, that's not truth. No, truth is, I'm amazing. And I am as powerful as Spirit allows me to be, which is as powerful as I want to be. Okay? Awesome. Let me see. Automatically. I don't even have to try to get up with it. Awesome. That's beautiful, darling. I generally will wake up when spirit wakes me up. The other day I woke up at 3:33 and I knew it was a sign, and I didn't know what it was, and I was in the best mood. And anyway, I'm not going to get into that. You don't need to hear all that. Okay, moving forward a little bit. I want to talk also real quick, and I'm going to do a separate video. Okay, wait, real quick. Questions on downloads. Who has questions? Anybody have questions on downloads, or do you need more explanations on downloads? I really want to push that these downloads mean nothing until you act, and then after you act, as I said, that in the initial that feeling is going to start coming, like, I can't do this. Once that pink cloud kind of drifts a little bit, I can't do this. But push through that. Be persistent. Remember truth. Remind yourself of truth. I wake up at the same time as you all the time. You do. Vesta Murphy, that's my mommy. Everybody say hi to mommy. She's amazing. My best friend. Yeah, so whenever that truth, if you remember that truth, you can stay within that pink cloud. And you're going to find that all of a sudden, like I said, miracles will start happening. Now, the key is, and what Spirit truly wants is share these inspirations, share this wisdom. That's what it is. It's wisdom. And that's another sign. Like, let's say you're writing it down. All of a sudden, you'll realize that your words take on this like otherworldly, like you go back and read it like, that was me. It's pretty dang good. It's impressive, you know? You'll be amazed. That's what I mean. Write it down. You'll all of a sudden realize, like, dang, I got it going on. I can do this. I can do this. Write it down. Be persistent. Remember truth. Write what I'm saying down. Put it on your refrigerator. Remember truth, right? Get back into the truth, even when you feel every single negative thing coming at you. Every single negative thing coming at you. I'm really hoping you guys are feeling and understanding this in every way possible. Okay, who has questions? I think I saw something earlier. And I do get them a little slower than you guys do. So be patient with me. Okay. It's been on me the past, but I've been doing the miracle, have out of the world. I'm sorry, my comments are really messing up right now. Okay. Push. Yes, absolutely, Shannon. And I'm so glad that some of you were like, I needed to hear this. That tells me that thank you for saying that, because it tells me the channeling's on point. You know, I love whenever I listen to Spirit, because a lot of times I don't. I have to be honest. Like this morning, I just woken up and I'm like, okay, let me just get ready and take a shower. And Spirit's like, no, right now. And then my mom called and I'm like, I have to channel. And then I called her back and I'm like, okay, how are you? You know, because I felt bad. Mama, stop it. Thank you. Okay. Yes, super chats are on. I always appreciate any kind of help. So like a download to help children connect themselves, I get, and started yoga certification in order to this. That is awesome. Follow through when you feel it. And like I said, when you start getting going on this download, you're going to feel overwhelmed. You're going to feel like it's too much, like you can't do it. That's where the push through comes in. Okay. That's when the persistence comes in. Look, guys, when the amazing happens, it's always going to take some work. It's always going to take some work on our parts. It's like I said earlier, we can't leave it all to God. It's cooperation, but you can't do it all yourself either. There's a lot of us out there. This world is very difficult. You know, my mom mentioned earlier, I really would like you to speak to some of the single moms out there and the stay-at-home moms, or just moms. It can be very hard on moms. And it's interesting because right now, for the first time ever, you know, my son's 17. He wants to spend the last year living with his dad. So should I be writing down what's on my mind at those times? Yes, absolutely, Sassy. Okay, so when you wake up especially if you wake up at 333 or 444, have a pen right next to your bed, even if you don't feel like fully getting up. You know what I mean? Just start writing. It doesn't have to look pretty. You can go decipher it later, but get these ideas down immediately. This can be also true with dreams. You all need to have like some type of pad and paper and pen right next to your bed. Sometimes I wake up from a dream and I know I'm not going to remember it. Again, fart in the wind, right? And I have the paper and pen next to my bed. I don't even open my eyes. I'm just like, and I just write it, and I have to decipher it the next morning. It takes me a moment. It might say like, there was a bear driving a red convertible and blah, blah, it's weird stuff like that, but it all kind of codes together, especially when I flip through the pages and I start looking at all of them together. Sometimes it tells a story. Oh my gosh, yes. Yoga. So yoga, meditation, obviously we all know that these are important, but they're harder to follow through and maintain doing, right? Something I do want to say about yoga that I think a lot of people don't understand is it's not about stretching. It's about breathing. Yoga's breathing. Yoga is moving energy within your body. My mother got into yoga. Mom, I don't know if you remember, but she got into yoga whenever I was younger and did all kinds of stretchy, bendy, all kinds of stuff, and actually ended up hurting herself pretty badly. Not like, but she puts a lot of her pain today on not having proper instruction of doing yoga. It was taught in a way where it was like, hey, you want to get stretchy and bendy? This is how you do it. Instead of teaching the spiritual way of doing yoga, which is allowing that energy, clearing those channels and allowing that, yes, union, allowing that energy to flow and be one with spirit, and it will clear your channel, again enabling better downloads. It quiets your mind. Some of us, if you have a struggle meditating, start with yoga. That will really, really help you to start being able to meditate after that. Another key, if you're having a hard time meditating, meditate while you're doing, what's the word I'm looking for? Mundane, repetitive chores or tasks. For me, folding laundry is very often meditation, because I do it. We can all fold laundry. We have a certain way we do it with our eyes closed, right? But I just sort of zone out, and amazingly, you will find that your mind will be able to shut down. Instead of getting irritated about laundry, think, oh, that's a good chance to meditate. I haven't meditated today. I forgot. It says mild meditation. It's not the same as yes, washing dishes. I actually have begun to enjoy washing dishes. I don't have a dishwasher, so you got to stay on top of that. If you don't have a dishwasher, they can get piled up real quick. So repetitive things like that. It can be vacuuming with the sound of the vacuum being, that can sometimes sound. So when you have a hard time meditating, those are just really good ways to kind of click yourself back into place and center yourself again. How do you know you need to meditate? Have you noticed, have you ever noticed how when you start zoning out a lot, like you have a hard time focusing and you're like, doing that zone out thing, that's your body, that's your mind saying, I need to shut down for a little bit. That's your mind and your body telling you, I need to meditate. I need to meditate. If you catch yourself zoning out and unable to focus, okay, kind of like everywhere all at once, I'm kind of like that all the time, meditation or not. But yeah, move slower, begin meditating, look up walking meditation, look up dancing meditation. Switch it up, especially if you have a hard time shutting your mind down, and you will realize you'll be addicted in no time to meditation. You won't even be able to get through your day without a short meditation. I used to go to my car during work, because especially you're surrounded with all those energies. I used to go to my car and meditate for 5 minutes. That's all you need. 5 minutes at lunch, and it will reset you. And all of a sudden, like I said, you're gonna feel addicted to it. The better you get at meditation, the more it's going to feel like this high. Again, it's like the best drug in the world. So that's that. I do plan for this to be a short video, because I want to get on and, okay, now I see why I'm pushed to it. Yeah, I had this same, hi Jude Bug. Yeah, me too. So I don't want this to be a long video, because I want to get on and get the horoscope videos done. Also, Patreon. We've talked about me moving to Patreon. It's not a move, it's a beginning, a new beginning for me. Okay, that's going to take a lot of work. So the videos here are going to be shorter. However, you're going to be getting by bi-monthly videos. You're going to, like these videos right now are going to be for the next 2 weeks. Okay. They are going to be shorter. They are not going to be, you know, as long as the other ones. But when I go live on Patreon, which I do not have an exact date yet, it's going to depend on a few different moving parts. When I go live on Patreon, I'm hoping that I will be able to go live December 1st. Okay. And when that happens, I want to have all 12 horoscope videos for the next year. So your yearly forecasts, right? So what does that look like? It's going to be Cancer, your yearly forecast for 2020. 2020, you guys, 2020 is going to be, are you feeling it? Are you feeling the difference? And then what's 2020? 2 plus 2 is 4. Stability, right? And 4 is such a magical number, but it's also about putting things into action, making real what came into this beautiful mind from spirit, right? The cooperation. Yes, feeling the cooperation between you and spirit, that's the magic. That's the magic. The downloads themselves are not magical. It is what we do with the downloads that are truly magical. And then watching those miracles happen. You guys, it's so beautiful. I just kind of wanted to demystify that a little bit. I wanted everybody to understand it's not just indicos and crystals. We all are getting these downloads. We all are ascending. 2020 is, we're truly moving into the year of ascension. I mean, this year, how crazy. Look at where you were a year ago and you started feeling it. I called this past year my year of solitude. Not that I was completely alone, but I kind of had some things to break down. It was so 2019. You know what I mean? It was, and think about like the way that number is 2019. Of course we were wrapping things up because spirit wants us to, we had to deal with some ugly stuff this past year. We've had to go back and watch your horoscope videos to kind of remind, not all of them, but, you know, kind of dabbled through a couple of them. Look at, you know, and look at how different I was. Like you can see me growing this past year. Actually, this month will mark my 1 year on YouTube. And I wasn't as active as I wanted to be, but that's because a lot was changing. I'm feeling like it was really meant for me to start getting used to being, you know, myself on here, which is not easy to do in front of thousands of people, right? It's not. But I'm learning that the more authentic I am, the more spirit's going to give me messages. Because when I start speaking from ego, that's when they stop giving me messages. Because it's not about what I'm telling you. It's about the channel that they're wanting to give you, right? These messages, I really hope you guys are, I'm taking some action on some of them, especially if they're resonating with you. Okay, you're going to start seeing magic happen in your life as you take action on them, right? So when I start my Patreon page, like I said, I haven't totally worked out my prices, but I think my lowest level is going to include definitely all the lives, and that's going to be like $3.33. Then I'm going to have a $7.77, and I'm going to have a $33.33 one for sure, because I do plan on having a tarot class channel, or a tarot class videos. So you can learn tarot yourself and how to read for yourself or others, depending on what you want. But basically, we are going to know every single card in that deck. I mean, I'm going to have a video pretty much on every major arcana card separately. So if you want to do that, even if you wanted to do it for 1 month and get 4 classes, because I'll do one a week, that's a really great price to get 4-hour-long tarot classes. Unheard of. You would pay hundreds for that usually. If not thousands, or if not over 1,000. So you can do it for like 1 month and then switch back down to a lower tier. That's totally fine with me, and it's actually very easy to do. Subscribing on Patreon and changing your tiers is extremely easy. There's no contracts. It's that month. You change it and it's done. So I just kind of want to educate slowly on Patreon. I'm still learning myself. So let's see what else. Yeah, I'm going to get all of these 2-week videos done, and then I'm going to be starting to work on the yearly forecast, which will hopefully, like I said, all be posted in December on Patreon. I may even give you on YouTube like a little snapshot of it so that you kind of say, well, okay, it's resonating and I want to see the rest of it, so that you can go and look at that. Okay, and that won't be $33. That'll be like $7.77 for that tier. So let's see what else. Okay, That's all I got right now. Love and light to you all. I cannot tell you. Again, I always want to cry when I'm on here with you. I can't tell you how much you all have done for my life and my transformation. Um, I one other thing. One other thing. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That just reminded me. Sorry. One other thing, and I hope I don't get like any negativity from other readers or hope nobody's upset about this, but I really feel like you're going to also start seeing a change in readings. I feel like you're going to see less of like, Mama loves you. I love you too. You're going to see less of the fortune telling. You're going to see, and what I mean by that is the gypsy style of tarot, because spirit is really going to start elevating people who are talking about ascension, spiritual transformation, positivity, because that's what's happening right now, right? And so you're going to start seeing more of that in readers, which I'm really excited about for myself. I love watching other readers. Some of the other readers, just so you know, who I love watching, yeah, cookie cutter readings, right? And that's okay. You know, sometimes, like for instance, like at Halloween, there's, you know, sometimes I'll go read cards and it's more for the dazzle fun effect. It's supposed to be, right? It's Halloween. It's supposed to be fun. I'll dress like a gypsy and, you know, a company or a place will hire me to come and be a tarot card reader. So I play the part. That's what they're paying for. They're paying for the dazzle effect. And it can be fun, right? And I'm not saying it doesn't mean it's not true. It's just that's not what we're going to be going through this next year, right? It's like I always say, my readings aren't generally focused on love, although I might do some specialty readings coming up soon. Just again, there's nothing wrong with that. But the thing is love is going to still be in your readings because it is a part of spiritual transformation. So very often it's going to come up in the readings anyway. But the whole point, the overall, is spiritual transformation. And as you're ascending, spirit is not going to bring you together with the person you should be with until you're ready. Otherwise, it's going to become toxic, right? It's you mirror exactly what you need to see in your life, right? You mirror with what's within is what you're going to see on the outside world. If you don't love yourself, it is truly impossible for you to love another. Because if you don't love yourself, then you have to know and love God to love you. You have to love yourself to love another. Okay? And that's what ascension is. That love, here's what's amazing about love. It never stops growing. When you think that you felt the highest high of love you think you can feel, there's more. I promise you, there's more. And they will give you so much more as you step into that love. But you got to work on this self-love. Okay, you got to work on this self-love, because if you're not loving this, it's not possible for you to truly love another. You're going to be mirroring back. So when you love yourself, you're mirroring back love. How beautiful is that, right? So yeah, I adore all of you. I cannot tell you how much I feel your energies. Sometimes people will schedule a personal reading and I get to see them in human form for the first time and I just immediately tear up. It's like I already felt you and I had this like to see them in human form. It's really neat. You know, you guys, I do try to get to all my emails, but please continue to email me whenever things touch you. I do read them all. Sometimes it takes me a little while to get back to you. Same thing with comments, you guys. Support a sister. Like, comment. That helps spread. That's tipping, right? That's what helps YouTube to spread these beautiful messages of channeling out to others who really may need to hear them. And we all know how it felt to be in a dark place and get an inspiring message. One to follow that is very inspiring is Victor Odo. I think it's ODDO. Not OTTO, but ODDO. He's one on YouTube. Great to follow. Short videos. And often we are channeling the exact same things. I'll go and watch his video and I'm like, thank God I did it first. You know what I mean? Like, but sometimes he does it first. So, and I just absolutely adore him. I think that he is so positive. He says a lot of the same things. Oh, good. I'm glad that you love. I mean, he really is. He's such a positive guy. Subscribe to his emails too. He has great emails that he'll send you. So write that down. after I'm done with this, I will try to remember to put a link down in the bottom. So let's get going on your horoscope readings. The next one I'm going to be starting with is Aquarius. So we're going to be doing Aquarius, and then we're going to be going in order from there. So Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, absolutely will get done today. My goal is to get at least all the way through to Cancer. Okay. So if I don't, it will be all horoscopes will be done by tomorrow. Okay, so we'll have everything done by tomorrow, all the way through Libra. Also, Scorpio half price readings this month. Also, Libra half price on all readings this month. Last month I was in the funk. I had to take off. I feel really bad. Y'all didn't get your half price readings. So Libra and Scorpio half price readings. All you have to do is email me. And this is also probably going to be the last month for a while. I'm doing personal readings. I'm going to take a break because of getting Patreon going. It's going to be a lot. You know, I'm going to be doing a tarot class, and I'm excited. Y'all remind me, I can do it. Persistence, right? It's going to be a lot, but we can do it. I can do it. We can do it. So, half price readings, Libra, and Scorpio this month. And, this will probably be the last month. November will probably be the last month, because once I start doing those yearlies are going to take me some time and a lot of energy. So this month, it will probably be the last month for a couple months that I'm going to be doing personal readings. So get those in if you can think of it, okay? And all you have to do is email me. If it's a birthday reading, please put that in the subject line. If you want a reading, please put that in the subject line. If you just want to tell me of your experience, which I also love, put that in the subject line. Or put a title in the subject line. It helps me so much, you guys, to be able to get through those and to organize them. Because I am not a naturally organized person. As a Virgo, it's very shocking, but I'm not. Anyway, anything else? All right. I love you all. Oh, that's funny. Look what's on top. Ha! Beautiful. Happy birthday to my beautiful Scorpios out there. I love Scorpios. Okay. Awesome. Love and light to you all, my darling family. Let's get some channeling in and let's get going. These messages coming through are going to be positive. They're going to be exciting. I'm expecting some good stuff. Okay. Catch you on the flip side.